righty. Well, good evening, and thank you guys so much for joining us here at the Assembly. This is the Fearless Youth Roundtable discussion, and these kids are excited to be here. I'm excited they're here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. They've been messing around for about 45 minutes, and it's going to be a fun time. I'm excited, and they have a lot of good stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. But first, I want to introduce everybody. First, we're going to start over here. If you want to grab your microphone. Tell us your name and what grade you're going into.
I'm Hunter Nelson, and I'm going to be in 11th grade. I'm going to be a junior in high school.
All right.
I'm Hudson Nelson. I'm going to be in 10th grade at Boonville High.
All right.
I'm Zoe Angerbar, and I'm going to be in 10th grade.
10th grade. All right. We'll make it through this. It's all right, Zoe. We'll make it through. Go ahead.
I'm Jake LeDuc. I'm going to be a freshman at Castle High School.
All right.
I'm Josh LeDuc, and I'm going to be a freshman in college at UE.
UE. Very nice. So we have all ranges here tonight, and I'm excited that we're all here for one on a Wednesday night together. It's been a while since we've been able to come together on a Wednesday night. We've been doing Zoom calls, and those were a lot of fun, and then they weren't so much. And we had a lot of people join, and then not so much. So I'm glad that we're starting back up here for that. So the first question that we have for you, how has COVID-19 affected your life? We'll start with you, Josh, if you want to just go around the table there.
Affected my life?
Yeah, how has it affected you personally?
Well, we were kind of talking about this before, and it just made me realize, I actually don't remember a lot of it, if we're being honest, because, obviously at the beginning, everything got crazy, it's with school canceling and everything, but then, from there, I had to just be at home and not able to really do anything, and so it just kind of made, it's just all kind of a blur if I go back and try to think about it.
So just everything's just been crazy blurry?
Yeah.
Just no recollection at all?
I mean, some things here and there, but mostly it's just been at home doing not really anything. Nothing. Boring, yeah.
All right, what about you, Jake?
The only thing it's really affected has been my social life. I mean...
Bring it closer to you. There you go.
I've just been at home just chilling ever since it started.
Just doing nothing?
Yeah.
Social life has been different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a partier, or do you just hanging out with friends? Is that what you miss?
Just hanging out with friends,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Zoe?
Well, I haven't really done anything. I feel like, because we've never been through anything like this, so we don't really know how to act or what to do.
Just all brand new?
Yeah.
All right. Hudson, how has it affected your life?
Well, for school, especially, it's affected learning because, I'm, hands-on and I need to see things in person. So, over Zoom call, that wasn't really helpful. But everything around us is, changing, and we just don't know what to do.
All right. Hunter, what about you?
I mean, this virus has affected me in a lot of ways. I feel like socially it's been awful because we're, in the stage where we're at the most social part of our entire lives, and we need that interaction with people, and we can't do it now. And I feel like that's kind of frustrating.
The hardest part was the social interaction. Yeah. So the next question we have is, what was it like for you during the stay-at-home quarantine, where you weren't supposed to go outside, you weren't supposed to do anything? Did you guys follow that, or what was that like, or was it the same, just boring staying at home, or was anything different for that? Anybody want to answer that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I stayed at home through most of it, especially in the beginning and through most of it. Just be home, playing video games.
Playing video games?
Yeah, that's really it.
So by show of hands, who played a lot of video games while you were staying at home? Zoe, no video games? No? Hudson, no? All right, so 3 out of 3 of you. All right, what about you, Jake?
Yeah, usually I'd sleep all day before football started. I would stay up to 5 in the morning, and then wake up at 3 in the afternoon.
All right,
and then just do whatever.
Just 5 a.m. and then all right, the sun's coming up. It's time to go to bed.
Or I'd just stay up all night.
All right, 3 p.m. It
was crazy.
There you go. Did you like that, or was it?
Yeah, I mean, because I had nothing else to do.
So just staying up all night playing video games?
Went with friends, yeah.
There you go. Anybody else? All right, so what was your experience with finishing school at home? How was that compared to, the regular end of the year stuff compared to what you guys had to finish now? Go ahead, Hunter, you got that.
I mean, I feel like finishing school this year was awful for me. Like, the amount of times, like, I procrastinated in my entire school, like, life has been a lot. But, like, since this quarantine, it was awful. I did not want to do anything because I feel like there's a lot more for me to do at home.
Right.
And, like, a lot more distractions. So I feel like I just didn't want to get anything done till the last minute. And it definitely showed.
Did your grades suffer?
No.
Nice.
Because we couldn't get a grade, like, lower than our last grading period.
So it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Nice. All right.
Oh, okay. If I'm being honest, I don't think I learned hardly anything.
From March on?
Like, no, because our teachers sent us stuff, but it wasn't that informational. Like, it was really just review. So it didn't prepare us at all for the next grade.
So you felt like it was pointless from March on?
Yeah, kind of.
Pretty much? Okay. What about you, Zoe?
I feel like we didn't even finish school really. Like we got home or we had to stay home, and I feel like the teachers didn't like try to give us work or like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just were lazy about it, I feel like.
So from March on, it was here's
Yeah.
some assignments, but don't really have to do them.
Yeah.
Nobody pushed you to do anything. So was it weird or did you get assignments on a weekly basis or a daily basis, or how did you get them?
It depended on the teacher.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like from one teacher, I only got one assignment.
The whole
their
time.
whole thing. Yeah, and I didn't even really do it, and I still got 100% on it.
So it was pretty good.
Yeah,
They liked that teacher.
it was
All right.
good for me. Yeah.
So those were you sad that you didn't get to finish school, or things at school that were left out, or something that you missed?
The only thing I was really upset about was I missed track, but
Okay.
that's literally
Track.
it.
All right. Somebody else. What's something that you missed?
Seeing my friends every day.
Just going to school,
Yeah.
seeing friends. All right.
I mean, technically, I missed like a real graduation.
Graduation.
But we still did like a virtual one, but
Right.
it didn't really matter to me to have a graduation
It
or
didn't
not.
matter? No?
No,
To
so
walk
I
it?
didn't really care if I
Did you-
missed it or not.
Did you think the walking with the virtual, like you still got to do like the whole camera
Yeah,
walk on TV kind of thing?
yeah.
Was that pretty cool? Or did it really matter?
It didn't really matter. It just,
More for your mom and dad?
yeah.
And grandparents and family
I was
to see?
even asking them not to go because, I mean, they didn't even try, because, they didn't even
Right.
try keeping any social distancing or anything.
While there was the graduation ceremony going on?
Right, yeah,
Right.
no. So it was, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Nice. All right, so what have been positives and negatives you dealt with during this time? What are some positives or negatives that you dealt with?
I think a really big positive is getting to spend more time with your family and like
Yeah.
understanding everyone and like just spending quality time together and enhancing your relationship with your whole family.
Family. Has anybody enjoyed spending time with their family?
It
Some
depends.
days.
Depends.
Yeah, I feel like
No,
some
that's a big
days,
one. Go ahead.
I feel like some days it's easier than other days, but we've been in quarantine for so long
Right.
that it's like
Has it been up and down and just different things? No, and I think that's a big one. That's a big positive, and it could be a negative on certain days as well. It's interesting. Josh, what were going to say? What's a positive or negative?
I'd say it's both a positive and a negative, is just being at home. Because I'm just that type of guy. I just like chilling at home. But
Right.
being home too much, it kind of made me more lazy in everything I do. So, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have a negative? Something that they didn't, that was bad?
I mean, I feel like we can all agree on this. The biggest negative out of this whole situation is masks.
Masks?
They're awful.
Everyone brought a
They're
mask today.
awful,
Everyone
but
showed
they're
the mask. We've all
necessary.
worn it coming inside. But okay, so with the masks now, have you tried to pick one that's kind of fashionable, or like do you just wear whatever and like you just tolerate?
I've probably
whatever.
gone through like 13 masks. 'cause I
Yeah,
literally couldn't
just
care
get
less.
one, use it.
Yeah,
And then you don't
lose
Find
it,
one whenever you
maybe.
need another one.
just find one anywhere.
Mhm.
Now, have you been washing your mask, or if you have?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's a good thing. Or if you disposable, use them up. All right. So, how has social distancing affected your relationships with friends, family, or even the youth group? Or have you been social distancing?
I think it shows who your real friends are. Because like if they
True.
if they want to talk to you and message you during quarantine and try and like interact and see like how you're doing and check up on you, that's like a real friend.
Right.
But if they just ignore you and are living their own life, like they don't really care that
Like
much.
I haven't heard from you in 75 days, so they're not. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has been hard because I mean I missed everybody in the youth, like miss all you guys, and just the youth group in general, and also I have a girlfriend. She lives in Indy, and so I straight up wasn't able to see her for it was 75 days, and so it's just hard to keep up those relationships.
Did you count 75 days?
Yeah,
That's a long time.
yeah, 2.5 months, not being able to see each other. So yeah.
So how did that affect? So what did you do differently?
We did like FaceTime dates where
Oh, nice.
we would just like we'd have like a game and then we did like a little like game activity thing.
Together?
Yeah.
Okay.
On FaceTime and then like watch a movie or something together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like the whole Facebook watch or Netflix watch together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was fun.
So that was, you got through there. It was difficult. You
Yeah.
feel like your relationship grew because of that?
Yeah,
Or-
definitely.
Obviously, Brianna's watching.
Uh-huh.
So be careful. Was it a hard or a struggle?
I mean, yeah, it was definitely a struggle just because, with relationships, like a
Right.
big part is being able to be with each other.
True story.
But us getting able to get through it definitely was
That's cool.
to help grow us. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about with friends or family or even just youth group? What was how has it affected other things with you, our youth group or with other family? What Hudson was saying is, it brings family closer. You find out who your friends are, but what else?
I feel like it's awkward now. Like
It's
sometimes,
awkward?
yeah.
What's awkward?
Like we just don't know how to socialize anymore.
So it's just the act of socializing is now different
Yeah.
and a struggle because you don't like.
A little bit.
Why?
We don't see anybody anymore. Like we went from like seeing them on Wednesdays and Sundays to like not seeing them at all.
You're
Or
like,
even
just, like-
talking
Yeah.
all the time anymore as
just having a
much.
conversation.
Yeah. So it's just a little different.
So was doing it over the Zoom call with the Zoom that we used to do on Wednesdays and Sundays, did that help with that, or was it whatever? It was not the same.
I mean, it definitely helped a little, but like it's not the same. But
I mean, like I personally liked it, just being able to like see everyone and talk with everyone.
Right.
But like another aspect, like I don't want to call anyone out, but like some people did not join, and like I haven't talked to them in forever.
Right.
And
Right.
stuff.
There's certain people that just didn't ever join any Zoom calls or anything like that. Yeah, that's true. And it's interesting where you have that even with church though too, where people haven't shown up or haven't done church or anything like that. So it's definitely affected a lot of relationship. So the next one is, we talked about this beforehand even as well. So how do you feel about going back to school? I know you guys all have different opinions about this. How do you feel about going back to school and knowing everything that's going on?
I don't think we should be.
You don't think you should be?
I don't think
Why?
so. Because it's just, at Castle, there's like 2,000 kids.
Okay.
And it's just one big hallway,
Right.
main hallway, really.
Right.
So it's just going to be like 1,000 kids just rubbing up against each other for like 40 minutes every day.
Every day? All right. So with that, so if you don't think it should go back though, do you think all the negatives of how life is with social distancing and the social aspect, do you think there's a good trade-off with that, or do you think would you risk wearing a mask or doing all the things that they want you to do to be able to go back to school, or do you think the risk is too high?
I think there's no good outcome.
Okay.
Like it's not going to please everyone.
Right.
But we just have to like push through it and go on with our day so we can actually learn.
Right. Because if you don't, obviously you didn't learn anything from March until end of May, right? You've already established that. So, Hudson, do you want to go back to school?
I wouldn't say I want to go back to school, but like the only way I want to go back to school is just to see people and interact. But it'd be hard because we still have to social distance and wear masks and all that.
Right.
So I don't really know how I feel about it.
Hunter, what do you think?
I mean, I just feel like no matter like how like well we prevent it and stuff, like people are gonna get it, and like I feel like eventually schools may like just all shut down and like just go full online, and I feel like that's bad because like we obviously didn't learn anything.
It didn't go well.
So like we already need a refresher of like what we learned last year.
Right.
Because I
Maybe
don't
not you so
think
much,
I
but
even took a final.
Jake. What? Yeah, that's right. Turn your mic on so people can hear you not listen. Go ahead. So you think, but do you think teachers would get better at learning how to teach online? Like, because that's a really big thing where you're thrown in from, hey, we're teaching in a classroom to then all of a sudden, bam, here's a computer, figure out how to teach online. But now they've kind of had an idea of how to do that, and you think that they would get better at it, or you think they would still stay the same?
Well, okay, so I think like in March it was like a real sudden thing.
Right.
So they didn't have a lot of time to prepare. But now that we've gone through it and they know like what's good for some students and what they could improve on,
Right.
I think it could get a lot better if they do it online again going back.
Yeah, hopefully they've had time and like actually learned how to adapt to it.
I feel like Zoom will be a thing.
Say that again?
Because like Zoom will be a thing.
Would be a thing again? Zoom and
Yeah.
calls and
Because
all.
before like Corona, nobody knew what Zoom was really, or nobody really used it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, so what about your own personal learning style? Have you learned, so I was homeschooled growing up, so learning, by yourself was a thing, wasn't a big deal, but having gone to high school your entire lives and now having to do it at home, what's something different that you've had to learn or how to adapt to for your own learning style so you don't like feel like you haven't done anything? Or have you tried to adapt or changed your learning style? Go ahead.
I don't know. For me, what the online that we started, I think that was actually a little better for me because even though I did procrastinate like a whole bunch, but it still made me have to actually like get in the book and actually like learn it myself instead of having like, because it was hard for a teacher to actually like get online and do Zooms all the time to like specifically talk about one topic. For my school at least, they didn't do that as much. And so I think like teaching myself the way I did helped me understand the material better. So,
All
yeah.
right. What were you going to say, Jake?
I was just going to say what he said.
All right.
For me, I like it in person. Like I need someone teaching me like it in person. Like I find it a lot harder to try and teach myself how to do something because that's just not the way that my brain like perceives things.
Right.
So it was like a lot harder going into quarantine, having to teach like myself all these things.
So are you like going from that visual learner to actually somebody saying something to you? Was that difficult, Zoe, or learning?
I did okay on it. I feel like it's on the teachers too, because like some of my teachers explain things really well, but
Right.
then some didn't. So
It's a
I feel
struggle.
like it's going both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience for everybody to learn how to do it, for sure. So the next one, do you know anyone who's gotten sick, or do you wonder if you will get sick, or is that a fear of yours?
I do have a couple friends that have gotten sick because they went on vacation in the middle of everything.
Yeah, where'd they go?
I know.
Do you know?
I just know one of them went to Florida.
There you go.
And Florida's not doing so hot right now.
Not so good right now. So one person, one friend, because they went on vacation.
I mean, that's the only one that I know. That's where they went.
Okay.
I know. I know
Does anybody
a
else
couple guys.
know anybody that's gotten sick?
My friend's sibling and their girlfriend just went to the store and they got it.
Okay.
So yeah, they didn't really do much, but
Right.
all they did was go one place and they already had it.
Yeah. Anybody else? Nobody else knows anybody?
I've known people that like gotten tested, but
Nobody's been
didn't.
positive? Okay. Are you afraid or wonder if you'll get? Or think about it in the back of your head or anything?
I'm not really scared of getting it, but I mean, it's also, I always think about like, maybe I should be wearing my mask right now, or like be wearing as I go into somewhere. So it's
Right.
like, I'm not like completely not scared of it to where I don't like care about it, to where I just do things carelessly. I'm still trying to take precautions and whatnot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Washing your hands? Did
Yeah.
everyone have to relearn how to wash their hands?
No.
No, you didn't? You already knew?
I know. Yeah, I know how to wash my hands. What are you talking about?
Sometimes I wonder. So we're going to switch gears to how has COVID affected your walk with Christ? You know, not being at church or different things. How has that affected, you know, not just your relationship or your life, but how has that affected your walk with Christ? Or has it affected? Gotten better, worse?
I think it's made it easier because at school I'd get distracted a lot and I'd be in a bad environment.
Okay.
But
yeah.
at home I can just
You have better
eat it
influence at
myself.
home.
Yeah.
Being with your family is better than at school. True story.
Like, I think at first it was a lot harder because we went from being at church like all the time
Okay.
to now like having to stay home. So like we had to like switch how we like learned things and how we like spent time with God. But then after a while it started getting a lot easier.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I feel like at the start, I was awful about like reading the Bible and praying and stuff because like I wasn't used to being at home with like all these distractions and stuff. But like I've gotten back in, like I've started devotions on the Bible app and stuff, and I've been reading every day and praying. And
Yeah. What about you, Zoe?
I feel like it's definitely easier right now because even though we do have to quarantine at church, we still can go to church.
You can still come to church, yeah.
So I feel like that's made it a lot easier.
So has it been easier or harder to have time with God? Do you find yourself with distractions or, you know, being in quarantine or, you know, always being at home or social distancing? Do you find it harder or easier to have your time spent with God?
Yeah, like it's supposed to be easier since we're home, but
Right.
I think I've found for myself at least that it has been a little harder
Yeah.
because I'll be just chilling at my house and be like, oh, maybe I should go read my Bible real quick, but maybe after I do this one thing, I'm like after I finish this game real quick, I'll do it. But then that game turns into like another game where I just don't feel like getting up. Like I was saying earlier, like quarantine's made me more lazy in certain things I do.
Right.
And this is definitely one of the things that's made me lazier in.
Yeah. So what has it been like for you not to have normal church or youth group? I know we just started youth group a couple weeks ago. Has it, or do you feel like it's been normal, or do you feel like it's still not quite normal?
like youth group that we like started back up is definitely not normal.
Okay.
And I don't think it'll feel normal for a while because like just the fact that like we do have to social distance back there and stuff, like, and we're not really used to that and stuff, like,
Yeah.
because we've just been having them on Zoom and stuff, but we got to get used to it.
It's a little used to a little new normal.
Also, I'd say it's also not normal just because like not everyone's actually coming
Not back
yet
yet,
again. Yet, and also I don't know if it's like how Zoe was saying, it's just like it's just awkward between everyone now, or like I don't know what, but like I just feel like they don't get we aren't getting into it as much anymore.
Right.
Because before Corona, you know, we would for person worship we go up and you like jumping and actually singing the songs. But I'm not trying to call anyone out or anything, but I'm just saying, no, I don't see anyone like getting into worship as
It's
much
harder.
as we used to.
It's
yeah,
harder
it's
to
harder.
do
It's
that.
harder to.
Well, yeah, even where you know get to actually come up to the front and worship, and now you got to be at your seat and not doing any of that. So that's definitely different. So do you think it's just awkward because you haven't been around? Is it like being away from somebody for like a whole year, and then now you got to go start a new relationship with them?
Yeah, I think like before quarantine, we were becoming like this real big family.
Right.
Like we all were spending time with each other, and like it was a really good point. And then the quarantine came, and like it just knocked everything out. And so now, like coming back together, like it's not the same because like you haven't talked to them in so long, and it's just awkward.
Yeah.
And also we like hung out. Like last summer we were doing stuff every week, but now we can't like hang out outside of church. So
Well, yeah, missing stuff for sure. So, what was it like for having youth via Zoom? How was that? Was it good, bad? Certain parts good, certain parts bad?
It was interesting.
Interesting,
Yes,
okay.
Because I like the how you had games and then did a little sermon. I thought we all did a good job, but just then also just the people who joined sometimes, because we'd just all be messing around and whatnot, and just some stuff happened. I don't know, just like funny moments that we've had during the Zoom call. And
Would you share any funny moments?
let's see, what's one of the good ones? What's one of the good ones that we can share?
Are you bored?
Oh, yes.
yes.
When we had Tim McCain come on and on their message to everyone on the Zoom call asking, "Are you bored?"
Do you want to explain yourself, Hunter, or? No, you're good?
You
All right.
see,
He was just
stuff
bored.
happens sometimes, and someone, you see, yeah.
So do you want to explain what happened?
Well, you see, there's this feature where you can message people,
Right.
and someone messaged me, and I was trying to pay attention like the good Christian I was.
Sure.
Doesn't
So-
seem like it.
You see, I forgot to switch it off of everyone to just a person, and it went downhill from there.
Who were you trying to message?
That's a secret.
Okay. That's
We'll
a
never
secret.
know.
We'll never know. So yeah, that was pretty funny, and we all got laughs out of that. And it was funny for a little while, and I think Tim McKay thought it was pretty funny too. So what other things about? So what was a positive thing or a negative thing about the Zoom calls? Go ahead, Hunter.
I feel like a negative of Zoom was like how worship now isn't really, like we're not really getting into it. I feel like that's also part of like the Zoom calls because like we couldn't have worship.
Right.
Because like if we did like our music or whatever, it would just be like glitchy and laggy.
Yeah, that didn't work so well.
Yeah, that's like one thing about the Zoom calls. It sounds kind of weird, but the internet connection for a lot of people, it could have like messed up, and
Right.
then like you might not hear what you said or all
Yeah.
that.
That's true. What about you, Zoe?
I feel like it was kind of boring at some times.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's no wrong answer. I'm not going to say that I was boring, but it's okay.
No. But I feel like it was harder to pay attention
Sure.
because you were like in your own room and everything or wherever
Right.
you were at. So
Did anybody have family just annoy you while you're trying to do the Zoom call?
Jake annoyed me, and he was on this Zoom call also. He just ran into my room for no reason.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's good. I know that was harder for us too, because having kids and trying to join a Zoom call or whatever, start a Zoom call and trying to get everything is definitely interesting. What part of the youth group discipleship class, the Wednesday night stuff, have you been missed the most? I know that's one thing where Sundays is where we're all together, corporate worship and a message and small group stuff. But Wednesday nights we always would do like smaller groups and we're all separated. But what about those did you miss the most, or that you are excited to get back to?
I'd just say just being in person.
Just being in person.
Yeah.
I feel like our like high school guys class specifically, like we had a lot of laughs and stuff in it, and it was just like an all around good time to just be in there together.
Right.
I miss like the talks that we had, like obviously because Liz was our teacher, and then like our group was pretty close, like friends, so it was easier to talk with them.
Just having that good discussion time to talk about stuff for sure. So the next question that we have here is: were you disappointed that we did not go to camp?
Yes.
I was able to. I went to camp.
Wait. So everyone except for Josh, give me an answer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, yes, of course.
Okay. What part of camp did you miss the most?
All of it, especially like like I really loved the worship down there for camp because it helped us with our worship back there, but then it also like was just fun overall, like just having the band there like performing and you just getting to worship God.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about you, Hunter?
I feel like up at camp, like it's like allows all of us to get a lot closer together because like we don't have the distractions that we have here back at home. And like I feel like as well just going to camp, I feel like I can get more into it like whenever I see like a lot of other people like really getting into it too cuz I like seeing everyone getting into it.
Right. Now go
That I am happy I got regular food for a week.
just
I
camp-
don't miss camp
You don't
food.
miss camp food.
Or the
Camp-
water.
Or the well, the camp water. Now, Josh, you got to go to camp. What was your experience like at camp?
At camp.
What was different about it?
It was a little different just because they were trying to keep all the like social distancing and keep all these precautions. So like at first we weren't really even able to go up
To
in
have
the front to have worship
yeah.
or altar, but by the end of it we kind of did do it anyways. But and also it was just a little different not having you guys there because that is one thing I did miss from camp was being able to go with my own youth group and have those moments with you guys. But it was still good. I feel like I still got a lot out of it and everything though.
Just missed us.
Yeah,
That's
missed
good.
you guys.
That's good. That's very nice. So what other things do you miss that we haven't been able to do during the summertime? Something that you've
I feel like just hanging out together.
just hanging out together?
Yeah, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
Anybody
a lot
else?
of fun.
Like I will be honest, like just the days that we come here and like clean the gym or like clean out the vans and then we go out to lunch or go to the mall. Like I miss those, just being able to hang out and talk.
Just cleaning the
Hide and
church.
seek
Yeah.
in the mall.
What'd you say, Zoe?
Hide and seek in the mall.
The hide and seek in the mall?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anything else that you've missed this summer?
I mean, like not really this summer, but I feel like back in the spring, like just not being able to go to like youth convention and stuff. Or not youth convention, oh my gosh. Fine arts, I mean.
arts.
Yeah, that thing. Because like we worked so hard on
I
that
didn't
human
know.
video and
Yeah.
spent so
I didn't
much
miss
time on it.
that. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So as a group here, everyone was in that human video, right? Were you all part of that human video? And how long did you work on that human video for?
A long
Months.
time.
Yeah,
Like half a
almost
year, I
close
think.
to a year.
6
Getting
months?
close to a year.
Almost
I
6
thought.
months?
I don't know.
Okay, probably longer.
We practice like every Wednesday and then some Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much.
But you guys got a shirt out of it, right?
I didn't get,
didn't
a shirt.
get a
I still
shirt.
don't have my
Josh
shirt.
didn't get your shirt yet?
No.
I
didn't.
I got a shirt. It's a Fearless black on black. And only if you were part of the drama team that you got a shirt. But yours is in the mail, Josh.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But no, that's that's one of the things that I really felt bad for. That we practiced so hard. You guys spent so much time doing it, and to have it, not be able to do it at all. And then now we have 2 seniors that aren't doing it because they're out of high school, and that's a really big. You put a lot of time and effort into something, and then all of a sudden it just gets taken away from you for sure. So with that too, we'll switch gears here a little bit as well. What are your thoughts on the current social issues? Is there anything that you don't have to get too deep, and we don't have a ton of time, but is there anything that, Jake, did you have?
It's crazy.
It's crazy? All right, that's a good answer.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming, especially being Christians nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, because we're taught to love one another.
True.
And
It's really hard to do that right
it
now.
hurts, like, seeing everyone, like, be mean and
Yeah.
just, it's terrible.
What do you see, or where do you see people being mean the most? Like, do you, like in person, or how do you, like via social media, or?
I feel like
social
social
media.
media.
Social media a
Social
lot,
media.
and, like, news platforms and all
Yeah.
that.
So you see Christians not acting correctly or not acting Christ-like? Is that what you're
And
saying?
now more than ever, really.
Now more than
Yeah,
ever?
definitely.
At least that I'm starting to see.
So besides crazy, this is just crazy as far as social media. Does anything make you worried or scared as far as what's going on in this day and age?
Not really. You just have to trust in God and pray that He can come and fix things,
Yeah.
really.
I'd just say it's just worrying to see how many people like don't show like how much they love Jesus by showing how they love others. Just seeing how cruel the world can be.
Yeah. So that's true. So then, do you think your views on issues is different from your parents' views? Jake,
Yes.
how? You don't have to go. Are they a lot different, or are they a little different?
It like in between.
Okay. So there's some things that
There's
you
some things that
you
we
view
agree,
differently than your
yeah.
parents do.
Like, I think there's certain subjects that people can disagree on because they're seeing different biases.
Okay.
So, like, the parents could be seeing one thing, like, pointed towards them, but then, like, we could be seeing something else pointed towards us, and it could, like, clash. But
Just how you
overall,
view
you
it.
just have to see, like, both sides and understand where people are coming from.
Right. Got to be able to see both sides. That's a tough one for a lot of people to do, to see other people's views.
Yeah, I just want to say to be honest, I don't really know.
How
I
your
haven't
parents?
really. Yeah, no, I haven't really like had.
Have you had conversations? Or not
like-
that deep?
Not like
conversation?
deep conversations, no.
Okay.
So like I can't tell you, but I just feel like there's gonna be definitely some different views,
Right.
and I feel like it's just different generations, the way that we each grew up, that we're each gonna have all different views on different things.
Sure. Sure. Anybody else want to add anything?
I'm with Josh. I don't really it's not that I don't pay attention to it, but I'm not constantly looking and researching everything.
Like, hey, mom,
So,
dad, what do you think? Or what's your thought on this? Oh, you're, and just be like, you're wrong. No, don't do that. That's good. When you see a social media post, does it change your opinion?
I feel like some definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some that can, but, like, not most of the time.
Most of the time.
Because a lot of the time it's just, like, trash or spam, and it's just trying to trick people. But there are some good ones out there that will make me see things a different way.
Is it what? Go ahead. Is there something that would make you, or something that you could say, hey, this changed my view of something else?
I guess just like if a friend posts something that is just not good, then I can definitely change my view on them.
On that person?
On that person, yeah, but
Right, okay.
if you're talking on a subject,
Right. Both,
then-
either.
yeah, then usually I'd say not usually on a subject, because I just don't listen to. I don't really have any social media right now because it's just crazy, and I don't
Right.
really want to be a part of it most of the time.
Sure.
So I try to stay out of it.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I usually won't change my view on a subject though, because it's, like I said, crazy, and people just post random stuff, so you can't trust it all.
So has anybody used less social media because of everything going on? Or use more?
I've been using more.
More?
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody been using less or be like, I'm not going to do this because of what the craziness that's going on?
On certain subjects, I just use it more just to educate myself on like stuff, so then I
Yeah.
can like know what to pray about.
Yeah, I just
But
like to.
then others, like I just tune it out.
Do you use TikTok to get your education?
Yeah, I was about
No.
to say I don't
No,
use
I
social
do
media
not.
to
I
find
don't
my
know.
education.
I feel like
I've used something
TikTok
different.
has some good
TikTok
points.
does not.
Gosh.
Okay, it might
Yeah.
have some good people, but it's not. I don't think it has a good
If you follow good
education.
people,
Like,
they could get information.
Every now and
Yeah.
then you will get a good thing on TikTok, but I would not trust hardly
No.
anything on there.
If they're good people, maybe they could follow
Yeah.
them. But yeah. Do you want to add anything else, Zoe?
I feel like I've just used the same social media. Like I haven't really used
The
more
same?
or less.
More or
Yeah.
less? Okay. Has anything changed your opinion, or does your opinion change
Mm.
based off of what somebody else posts?
Like, not really. Like, obviously, if they're acting different, like what Josh said, then yeah. But other than that, no, not really.
So how do you see these issues affecting you?
I think it just opens my eyes to how cruel this world really is, and it has helped me like be more adapt to like pray for like certain things rather than like in the past when like I didn't really know what to pray about, but now like there's like real big things that you can focus on.
Yeah, just like you said, opens my eyes, show like how much I do have to like show love to other people because they're probably not getting it from a lot of other people.
Right. What about you,
Mhm.
Hunter? How are these issues affecting you, or are they affecting you?
What issues?
The issues that are going on in this country right now.
Oh, well.
There's a lot of them.
I mean, like, I get there's a lot of issues and stuff, but like, I don't really think it's affecting me that much because like, I'm just like not really paying attention to them, and
Okay.
I'm just not really caring at all.
Okay.
Like, not to be like mean or anything, like, but I just feel like it doesn't have a connection to me at
It's
all.
not connected to you.
No.
Okay. All right. So do you think, do they make you think differently about your future? So the things that are going on now, do you think differently about the things that are coming up?
I mean, yeah, I definitely think that it's gonna change a lot of things for us whenever we're older, but I'm not sure what yet.
Okay.
I feel like because we don't know what's going to happen next, so.
Does it
it's
worry
gonna be
you?
different. Yeah, I guess. Just, yeah, like, because we don't know if it's going to get worse or better, or
Better.
when it's going to get worse.
Right. Anybody else? What do you think it differently about your future? Or does it affect how much you treat people around you? Or does it make you change the way you treat people around you?
I mean, I don't really know yet because I haven't been around people.
No, not been around anybody.
I don't really even know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I can't say like for the future, but like the way I treat people, I've always tried to like treat people with kindness and
Sure.
like be loving towards them.
For the most part. I agree with you for the most part.
I feel like it's easier to be nicer to people, too.
It's easier to be nicer to people?
Yeah, because we don't really see people that much anymore. So,
So you just don't have to worry about it too much?
yeah, I think.
So what? And I didn't give you a whole lot of time. I gave you some leeway here, but with everything that's going on, what's a scripture that you like, that has a lot of meaning to you, that you want to share?
I have one.
Jake, go ahead.
Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths.
It's good. I like it. Why is that? What's it? How does that mean to you? Or what does it mean to you? Or what do you get out of that verse?
Sorry. It's just like if you put your complete trust in God, then He's gonna reward you for doing that. He'll set my wife straight and lead me down the right path.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Hudson.
The one I picked was Deuteronomy 31:6. It's our youth group's verse, and it's
Real deep. Good,
it's
good.
be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. And that really just helps me because I know that during these times of Corona and quarantine, that God is like with us, and He is like, He won't leave us or anything, you know? Yeah.
That's good. I like it. Hunter, what do you got?
Well, mine is Isaiah 41:10, and it says, "Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand." And like, I feel like a lot of ours are going to be in common. Like, a lot of ours are going to be about like God strengthening us and like giving us encouragement through like this time that we're in, because it's confusing and stressful, and we just need to be at peace.
Trusting God no matter what. It's good. Zoe, what do you got?
I have Joshua 1:9, and it says, "This is my command, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go."
Why
So
is it? Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
I feel like it just, like through these times, because nobody's been through this, so nobody knows what really to like expect. So it just says that God's with us wherever and whatever we're going through.
That's good. That's good. Josh.
My 2 Chronicles 7:14 is, "Then if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and will forgive your sins and restore your land." Why I picked that one is because it's just God calling out to us to go after Him in these and to turn away from our wicked ways. And I think that's definitely like with everything that's going on now. I think everyone needs to turn away from their wicked ways, and if we do that, God will hear us and He'll like forgive us and help us get out of this and get better from it.
Yeah. I like it. It's good. I think those are all good, and I think having that time where you read your Bible and studying and finding verses that you can stand on. It's important for us, as Christians, as students, to be able to turn to God in tough things, because there's a lot of other things distracting and pulling you to do different things, and it can go sideways real quick where you get pulled into doing something, or something just kind of takes over and you're just like, man, I don't have anything else to do, so this is what I'm going to be doing. So with that, we'll switch back. We got a few more minutes and a few more questions here. What hobbies or weird habits did you pick up during quarantine? Did you think, like, this is staying up till 5 a.m., that was a weird habit?
That was rough.
Now that you started football practice, has it been tough going backwards?
Not really, honestly.
No?
I just jumped right into it.
Going to bed at 10 o'clock?
Well, I don't know what time he goes to bed, but he has been actually waking up. It was so hard waking him up.
I'm not
before.
a morning person, so it's always really hard.
That was
it took
a weird
like
habit.
an hour to get him up.
I don't know how I changed that fast.
Is somebody else, something weird that you started doing or didn't do, or?
Just staying up like a lot later than I would, and then waking up a lot later than I would. That's really it.
Just staying up.
I would also go out for walks,
By
which
yourself?
I never do.
Just to go outside?
Yeah, I would, and I would start going out on my skateboard at like 10 o'clock at night, just in the neighborhood.
Just down your
Just
street?
listening to music.
That seemed not safe.
It wasn't.
All right, somebody else? Did anybody else do anything weird?
Did I do something?
I tried to start working out, but
Yeah. It didn't work out?
well, I did it for like 5 days,
5
and I
days.
just stopped.
There you go.
So.
No, you do what you got to do. There's no.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Hudson and Hunter, did you guys?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
I also used to just like not eat a lot, and that's not a good thing. Like I would sleep through lunch, and then I'd have like a really small. I'd either have a really big dinner or a really small dinner, and eat something at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then just keep repeating the
So
process.
your just eating habits just all crazy.
Yeah, that was bad.
Hunter, you're into the same?
Oh, it's so bad.
Bring your mic. I can't hear you.
I'll never eat the same again.
Just eat whenever you want, or what?
No, like I just like the same. Like I would sleep until lunch, and like I'm never hungry as soon as I wake up. So I would wait till like 4, and then I may eat a big dinner or I may skip dinner and then eat it again at like 1 a.m.
Nice. Just so eating at random times. So what is something that you've missed the most during quarantine, besides friends or different? What's something that you've missed the most?
Church.
Church?
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
Somebody else. What's something that you missed the most?
Being able to do normal things without wearing a mask.
No mask.
Or
Yes.
social distancing or anything.
Yes. I miss going out to eat, like sitting down in a restaurant or whatever. And
Definitely.
just ordering, I like takeout, like it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But just going to
I
a restaurant.
miss doing choir and like our musicals at school.
Yeah.
Like just getting to like sing or do stuff.
Did you sneeze? Good.
No.
Okay. What are your biggest struggles for you right now? Are you like with school or worried about school or just life?
I just think getting back into like the habit of actually like doing stuff and going out in like public, because we have soccer and then I just started my job, so
Yeah.
like it's a lot harder like waking up and then like actually having to like get ready for the day and go out and do stuff.
Okay. Zoe.
I feel like it's going to be harder to get back into routine for everything. Like Hudson was saying, like harder to get up earlier and go to school than be there all day.
Just having that routine.
Yeah.
A real long summer break. You can say.
My attention span has been like ruined. Like I cannot stay focused on anything.
Just
I
so.
don't know why. It's just gotten really bad.
All right.
Like I was saying, just like laziness, that got real bad because there's just nothing to do. And now that some things are picking up a little bit more, it's still just hard to get, I guess, like just get back into things. Yeah.
So just a routine of school and riding the bus. You guys walk, you take the bus, and then you drive. And then, so what about college? What about,
What about it?
like, is there going to be anything different that you're,
Oh no, I
You
don't
don't know
really
yet?
care. No, it's college is just, I feel like just like school for me, so I'm not like worried or anything
Okay,
about it.
okay.
Yeah.
Zoe, do you have something else you want to add?
I'm kind of excited because we haven't been doing much, so I'm sure it won't last for that long, but I'm
At
excited
least the first
to
couple
start
days.
it. Yeah.
So if you had to do quarantine over again, what would you do differently? Or would you do it all this just like you did it?
Not being so lazy.
Not being so lazy?
Trying
Yeah.
to.
Try to do something?
Yeah.
Have more like what's the word? Like the will to do something.
Sure. No,
Like-
yeah. Just a drive
Like,
to do
yeah.
something.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation. True. Somebody else. What would you do differently if you had to do it over again? Not that you want to.
Oh, what's the question?
If you had quarantine to do over, what would you do differently?
I'll give a Jesus answer and get more like towards more of the beginning, like actually try to have more Jesus time and
More Jesus
actually
time?
get into it. Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I would also say like a better goodbye to like your friends and stuff, because like before quarantine it was Friday, we were just at school, and they were like, take your stuff home. We're going to be out for 2 weeks. And then
Right.
2 weeks turned into a month, and then it turned into where we are now. And it's just it
all-
wasn't a proper goodbye.
Just a proper goodbye. Doing that differently.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? Anything you missed, or would you do differently?
I mean, I feel like the only thing I can do differently would just be to accept the fact that I do have to quarantine. Like, I was stubborn at first, and like I didn't want to do it, and I just kept complaining about it, but eventually I got used to it.
So no complaining. It's good. Zoe. Nothing? Anything you want to add? Okay. Okay. Jake, anything you want to add?
If I could have done anything different, I probably would have just like been more dedicated to the things that I tried to do.
Sure. That's good. That's good. Schoolwork?
Yeah. For school, my teachers were really chill about it. So I basically did everything like the last day it was due.
You just procrastinated.
It worked out well.
Right now.
Yeah.
Do you understand that was just that last year, so there'll probably be more grading going on this August. So you can't just skate through it out. You got to actually do it.
And it was middle school.
It'll be easy for Hunter, but for everyone else. All right. Well, I think that's we're going to wrap it up. Anything else you want to add or share? Something, experience, a life that's thrown at you? Something good, or are you all? We'll save that for the bonus DVD.
Bonus DVD. The
We can save
bloopers.
it.
What's that?
We can save it.
We'll save it? Okay. We'll save that for the bonus DVD, the special features. So, all right.
have to
Well,
pay for that.
we'll wrap that up. And thank you guys for joining us. You guys were awesome. And I really appreciate you guys coming out here and doing this. For those of you that are watching on Facebook Live right now, starting up next Wednesday, we are going to be doing youth and kids and discipleship classes will be separate, and we'll have, I think, a Bible study here in our sanctuary. So 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, starting that first Wednesday in August. So it should be fun, and just be back in church.
Be there.
Yes,
I want to see your face.
Hunter wants you to say hi to him. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much, and guys have a good night. God bless.